Good afternoon, night, or morning. Whenever you're watching this, we are doing the post-game video here and talking about what occurred for our beloved Detroit Lions. This video is sponsored by PrizePicks. Shout out to them for sponsoring today's video. Let's get into the good, bad, and the ugly, the grades. Immediately, we're going to talk about the good. We're going to talk about the good. And the biggest winner, by far, in this game, Ahmed Hassanien. Oh, he looked great. He had a sack. Damn near had a fumble recovery. This guy was getting pressure. Ahmed Hassanien is everything that we have been hearing in training camp and OTAs and minicamp. When the lights were on, he did exactly that. He was getting the pressure. He has officially 2 sacks in this game from that fumble sack. 2 sacks from Hassanien. Everyone, could he live up to the bill? We've been hearing everything about Hassanien. Could he live up to the bill? Well, after the first week of preseason, I am happy to say that he gets an A+ grade today. Hassanien lived up to the bill and more. He looked like an Egyptian wreaking havoc savage out there. Someone had said that in the comments. He was looking amazing. The Lions' defensive line as a whole, Skyler, Gil Howard, a lot of speed, looking good. The whole defensive line, backups, even going against the Cincinnati starting offensive line, I thought dominated this game. I thought they did a phenomenal job. They're all over the field. They're sideline to sideline. This defensive line was just, they're winning their battles tonight. They won their battles, and that's what you're asking for when you're looking in preseason, because you're looking for individual accolades, like Ahmed Hassanien, like a Skyler Gil Howard. Thought did really good for the Lions defensive line. 99 super chat by my guy, Keeg. Thank you so much for that super chat. God bless you. You are awesome. And thank you. Lions defensive line, I thought, gets an A+ grade in this. I thought they did really good for preseason. Remember, if second strings went up their first strings, it was not equal. And for them to get multiple sacks, i.e. Hassanien, multiple pressures from pretty much everybody that was out there, that was really good to see, especially against the starters. I thought the defensive line lived up to the bill. I am so excited to see what they do in the regular season and help out Aiden Hutchinson right there. So I want you guys right now to grade the Lions defensive line. What do you guys have for the grade? I'm giving it an A+. I thought they did good. Hassanien, A+. A will do just the whole defensive line as a whole. Really good. Let's talk about another. Well, we'll just go through the defense. We'll start the offense there. Linebackers, Devin White was sidelined. He was making tackle after tackle after tackle after tackle after tackle. Great free agent pickup. There's some, he's got some issues in the pass game. Nobody's perfect. But for him to go out there and just be a tackling machine, especially in preseason, this guy's a veteran. He was him today. It was good to see. It's really good to see, so I thought he had a good game. Keith Abney, Lions rookie, I thought he was solid today. I think he got burnt one time. Other than that, he was a tackling machine. He did everything that I'm sure he was asked to do. And you could see him out there making the plays. He tackles well. He wraps up well. That's what we're looking for. Good job from the 5th-round rookie. I thought he did well. Ennis Rakestraw. Now, this is where we're going to get into it a little bit here. Injured again, not even 1/2 in the preseason, dealing with the shoulder injury. I don't know what to say about this, guys. Everybody tells him to stay healthy, and he just can't. He just can't stay healthy. So that's a net negative there. White side, great pass breakup. There's about a 40-yard pass. Turn around, look for the ball, knocked it down. Did you hear what I just said? He turned around and looked for the ball. That was nice to see, right? A corner turn around and look for the ball. You don't get that much. He did good. Roger McCreary is out there. Didn't see anything special from him. He was just out there. It's nothing bad, nothing great. All now that the defense, I thought they did decent. My score is off here. It's not 16-6. I don't know why. I'm having issues there. So ignore the score. It's 16-14. Lions take the L. So from a defense perspective, that's why I've seen Gil Howard, Ahmed Hassanien, Keith Abney, good. Ennis Rakestraw, not so much. Khalil Dorsey was making some mistakes out there too. Now let's get to the offense, right? The offense is what we really want to talk about right now. And before we do that, though, shout out to the sponsor of today's video. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks, and it's time to cash in with Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app, and it's the best place to win cash while watching sports. And the app is really easy to use. You just pick more or less than a few player stats and lock in your lineup for tonight's game. I have Jake Bates getting more than 1.5 field goals made. I have Luke Altmyer getting less than 160.5 passing yards. And for Arizona, Jeremiah Love, I have less than 19.5 rushing yards. With the social feeds feature, you can share Prize Picks with your friends, copy the lineup with a single click. You can follow us on Prize Picks, Taylor Picks, or Fade, and get the picks before they even get posted on the show. Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out with those winnings before the game even finishes. Prize Picks is available in most states, including California, Florida, and Texas. Join millions of users to sign up for America's #1 sports pick app. New user offer is the new offer. Play your first $5. They get $150 in lineup if you win. Just use code HMA when you sign up. Folks, that's right. Prize Picks just switched up their offer, so there's no better time to join. Lock in and win your first lineup. That's code HMA at sign up to get $150 in bonus lineups if you win your first $5 lineup. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this offense here. And there's some good to talk about. The offensive line, I thought, did a phenomenal job besides Miles Frazier and his penalties. This guy was a penalty machine today. Holding. This guy is just, we're excluding him right now from it. Blake Miller, rookie. I didn't see any negative there. I thought the holes were opening up on the right side specifically, especially early on. Sailors was getting some big holes, and that is just, it's good to see because we were having issues last year. Open up holes for Jameer. We got to be able to do that this year, and I thought the offensive line, besides the Miles Frazier penalties, did really good. Now in the fourth quarter, we seen a little bit on the left side get chewed up, but we're talking about backup of the backup, so I'm not going to get too hard on that. I thought Blake Miller did really good. He held his side down. There was no pressures really on the quarterback this whole game. We had a sack done. It was a 2 sacks and those coverage sacks. It's just, it is what it is. But the offensive line did its thing. They showed me a lot, except for Michael Neese, too, at center. He sucked. 2 bad snaps. Miles Frazier, man, you got to stop holding. It killed the penalties were cheeks. We'll get into the penalties, but the holding from Miles Frazier, you got to stop it. It killed 3 drives. 3 drives, man. And that would have won the game, right? If this was the regular season, we win the game. Offensive line, I'm going to give it an A for sure. I love what I saw from the offensive line, and that's the biggest takeaways right now is the trenches. I thought they both did well on each side of the football. Let's get to the quarterbacks. Luke Altmyer, I thought he looked really good out there. Yes, he had 2 interceptions. One was Tesla. We'll get to him in a second. Tesla failed today. Okay. The other interception, it was 30 seconds left in the game. He's just trying to force something. That's what happens. It is what it is. Altmyer, though, I thought he looked good, comfortable at quarterback, standing in the pocket. It didn't look flustered at all. He used his legs for the 2-point conversion. He looked in command of the offense. I think he's solid. I like Luke Altmyer. I really, really do. Josh Dobbs, he was in there a minimal amount of times. Looks solid, 2 legs. Looked command of the offense. It's a fun battle that's taking place right now between Dobbs and Altmyer. Either way, I thought the quarterbacks played well. I think that the Lions are fine with their backup quarterback situation, whoever is going to get that quarterback to, and the other person will go on the practice squad. Either way, I think the quarterback room is solid. Tight end room looked really good. Everybody was catching the football in the tight end room. We're getting the wide receivers in a minute. Conklin, catch, good job. Jackson Meeks, big catch, good job. And they didn't drop the balls like the wide receivers. The wide receivers were dropping the ball literally. They were like this, especially in the first 3/4 of the game. Dominic Lovett with a couple of drops. We're going to get into Isaac Tesla. He had 2 opportunities, 2 drops. One resulted in an interception because it just went through his hands, hit his helmet, flew up in the air, caught by the defender. Bad play. Next, on 4th down, Altmyer throws it to him, and he drops an easy catch that was in the bucket. Bad job by Isaac Tesla. I'm going to give him a grade of a F today. So give me your thoughts in the comments right now. Grade Isaac Tesla. Wide receivers didn't do that great. I am not going to give him love except for Tariq Black. He was the one that got the touchdown. He made a couple of catches. Love it at the end, made some catches, but it just made up for those drops, those bad drops in the beginning. I understand it was raining. You're an NFL wide receiver. Catch the football. No more excuses. You can't drop. Trying to make the team. You can't drop the football. You're a wide receiver. Don't do this. Do this. Don't do this. Do this. Don't worry about running until you get the football in your hands. Why do receivers do this? It's the craziest thing to see. The craziest thing to see. Lions lose this game 14-16. Again, I don't care about the wins and losses. I was happy they got that touchdown drive in the end that solidified it. Jacob Sailors looked fine out there. I think he had 3 for 28 yards receptions, too, and he was running the football at the big holes. So Sailors made a case to make this team as number 3. I know Vaki is fighting for it. Smalls is fighting for it. There's a lot of people fighting for that spot right now. But Sailors, he made the most of it. He averaged 9.3 yards, and that was in reception. That was a pretty good job for him. In the run game, he was 8 for 55. The Lions were running the football at an average of 6.9. That was ridiculous. These holes for the Lions were opened up because of that offensive line, and they were attack. It's a beautiful thing to see. Jake Bates, 2 field goals, good to go. Actually, should have been like 3. We called one back for whatever reason after the penalty in the beginning of the game. Is what it is. Lions win against their starters, and I thought they did a pretty good job. A pretty good job. I liked what I saw. Again, there's some negatives. Ennis Rakestraw, that's a negative. Isaac Tesla drops, that's a negative. Dominic Lovick drop, that's a negative. Michael Neese, center, he's just a negative. 2 bad snaps. Cut him. He'll be cut. He ain't making the 53-rated roster. That was terrible. Those snaps were bad. But these are backups of the backups. So I like what I saw. So overall, I'm happy with this. It was not a bad game for Detroit. They shore some things up there. I could say that the offensive line looks pretty good. The defensive line looks really good. Ahmed Hassanien looks really good. Secondary question marks continue. We don't know. Ennis Rakestraw, what is the extent of his injury? We have no idea. He's always injured. The guy literally is a scarecrow from the Yellow Brick Road. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. But overall, for me, I was happy with this game. I was happy overall. Special teams, look, we're not going to have, they didn't put our special team. I think Greg Dortch wasn't doing anything out there. So, they put out some other players to see what they could do. I thought the special teams did fine, is what it is. It's about the same as we've seen. The only thing different from last year is who's going to return it in preseason. These guys are probably not going to be the returner for the Lions. To be honest with you, I hate to cut you back like that, Mike. Hey, is what it is. So in the comments right now, what grade do you give this? Who is your biggest winner? Who is your biggest loser? It's got to be Hassanien. He's got to be the biggest winner. He